Welcome back. So turns out Generation Z is turning to TikTok for more than just viral trends. The recent survey shows 41% of that population have used TikTok for financial advice and investing tips. What does this mean for the future of finance, and can the advice offered on the app be trusted? Jason Dorsey is the author of Zconomy. He joins me now to talk more about it. You've written about this population, and now we see they trust things like TikTok for financial advice. Good idea?
It's not a good idea, not if you just trust it wholeheartedly. What we're seeing is that there's some great advice on TikTok about some basic financial things, even how to think about credit, saving money, setting goals, and so forth. But the problem we're seeing is young adults just believe the advice is true, and so they're trusting influencers, people who might be earning money for giving advice that's not disclosed, or people that just frankly don't know what they're talking about, but they make great videos. So what we always say is, Gen Z, go in with caution. It's a great place to start learning, but don't stop learning there.
Brian, jump in.
Yeah, hey, Jason, I think one of the issues is our school system for a very long time has not emphasized financial literacy, understanding some of the basics. And so now as younger generations get older, they're looking for advice and they see opportunity and they're going to TikTok. The thing I think that happens on TikTok is you get people who don't make you feel stupid. They're there to help you. They're kind of at your level. There's some benefit to that, isn't there?
Yeah, absolutely. You hit on two really important things. The first is that personal finance is not taught in schools. Generally, it's not taught in elementary, middle school, high school, or even college. You have people graduating with business degrees who've never taken a course that talks to them about saving and investing and managing debt and how much to put down on a house and so forth. So clearly, there's a huge gap there. Now, I will point out, though, there should be parents who are stepping in and having these conversations. But in many cases, that's not happening. Many parents don't feel comfortable having that conversation. So, of course, you go to the outlet where you're already spending all your time. You're on TikTok, right? You're watching the viral videos. You're learning how to cook. You're learning all kinds of stuff, whatever the latest dance is. So, of course, you're going to go there. Not only is it non-threatening, it's actually the preferred communication platform of Gen Z. And this is really important. Other generations might go online and Google something, read a long article, or maybe even a throwback. You went to an encyclopedia, whatever those are, right? But this new generation goes directly to TikTok for everything. It's their entertainment. It's their source of learning. It's their source of communication, even community. So, of course, they're going to go there. What I think the risk is we've got to be careful that those 16, 17, 18-year-olds who care deeply about money, we know that from our research, they're very interested in personal finance, don't just go there and think that everything on there is true. And that's something that's just hard to discern when you're 16, you're going, go buy whatever this latest thing is, buy this stock, buy that. And then they go and do it. And then the worst is they do something like that, they lose their money, and now all of a sudden they check out and say, I don't even want anything to do with personal finance. That would hurt the entire generation. So we need more of these personal financial groups, more actual experts, researchers, even the big firms on TikTok. And I'll tell you, a lot of the firms will not touch TikTok. I speak at many of their organizations. They won't touch it because they don't understand it, and I think that is a huge mistake. We need to go where people are learning, where they're connecting, whatever is most comfortable for them.
Well, look, we all need advice. You've got countless young adults returning to their parents' home right now amid the pandemic. Many are choosing to stay there. What is changing their minds? What does it mean for the economy when you see this kind of movement?
Yeah. In my viewpoint, what we're seeing, and I'm sure you're aware of the data, Maria, do you know that more than half of all 18 to 29-year-olds in the U.S., this is a massive statement, more than half of all 18 to 29-year-olds in the United States now live with their parents. That's more than since the Great Depression. The old failure to launch, and they left and they came back. Well, let me tell you, more of them than ever before have come back. And what our research has shown into millennials, remember this is slightly older than Gen Z, is that millennials are very risk averse. Now they've been beaten down. They finally went out. We're going to make their way into the world. And they crashed into COVID. They crashed into all kinds of things, rising cost of living. So they came home, and what did they find? Safety, security. Mom and dad know how to cook. I know when my parents come over, I'm all fired up about that. Right? Everything that they thought they wanted out there, much of it is now being found at home or nearby. And so what we're seeing, this is really fascinating, is that many of the adults are deciding, you know what, I left, I came back, I think I'm going to stay close. I may not live with my parents forever, which is a good thing, by the way, but I'm going to stay within a mile, 2 miles, 5 miles, 10 miles. And this is a huge shift. Mobility among this group has decreased dramatically. Maybe they left and they came back, or they decided not to leave. I think it's going to help a lot of communities, by the way. The idea that you had to go to a city or go across the country to start a career and start your life, and now isn't necessarily true with virtual work, remote work, hybrid work, and frankly, the ability for companies moving all across the country. Of course, you can stay by your family. Also, not talked about is the fact that many of those young adults are actually home helping their parents. They're helping maybe pay the bills. Maybe they're physically helping some of them depending on their age of their parents. So I think this is really a good thing long term. And I think many of them are going to choose to stay.
All right, Jason, great to talk with you. Good catching up. Jason Dorsey joining us there on the Zconomy. Coming up.